The charred remains of the scene are horrific because of what you can imagine. This bus had been taking seniors to a casino. Instead, the excursion ended with a collision and mass casualties. At the first RCMP update Thursday evening, police were visibly shaken.
Within the last hour, we've been able to establish that 15 people have been confirmed deceased as a result of this collision. 10 people were transported to hospital with various injuries. To all those waiting, I can't imagine how difficult it is not knowing if the person you love the most will be making it home tonight.
Police were dispatched at 11:43 a.m. Thursday to the scene north of Carberry, roughly 170 kilometers west of Winnipeg. The bus carrying 25 people, mostly seniors from the town of Dauphin, was heading south on Highway 5 toward a casino near Carberry when it collided with a semi-trailer heading east on Highway 1. Police say the bus had already crossed the westbound lanes of Highway 1 and was crossing the eastbound lane when the semi-trailer struck the bus at the intersection of the two highways.
As of right now, the drivers are alive, being treated in hospital. As far as the vehicle pulling out or the right-of-way, I'm not going to answer that right now. I know that's an answer that people are looking for. That's a real critical point of the investigation.
There was a stop sign and a yield sign on Highway 5 at the intersection. And there are a lot of questions. Who is potentially at fault? Is there any video of the actual collision?
I don't know if there is video right now, but I know that's one of the key points the investigators will be searching for and looking for, because oftentimes video will tell the story about what happens.
All evidence is crucial, and police said may lead to criminal charges.
We need to be alive to the fact that there could be wrongdoing. And if so, there could be a criminal element to this investigation. We need to get everything right. It's critical.
Critical, too, to correctly identify all the victims before notifying family. One of the grim lessons learned from the 2016 Humboldt crash that killed 16 people, including 10 junior hockey players. The RCMP says investigators from the Humboldt crash are helping.
This incident does have echoes of the tragic collision that happened in Humboldt, Saskatchewan. We have already linked into the investigators in Saskatchewan who have first-hand experience.
The number of casualties triggered a code orange, an all-system response. Hours later, family members were still looking for answers.
I don't have any information except my mother is in HSC here. My father is unaccounted for, and so family is just basically waiting for word.
So she's here. How is she doing?
Not well.
By Friday morning, the scene had been cleared, leaving only skid marks and scorched earth. The Prime Minister sent his condolences.
To the folks who have lost loved ones, who are living through moments of tremendous anguish right now.
A family resource hub has been set up at a Dauphin community center. Most of the dead and the injured are from here. Sandra Coletta had considered going on the casino trip with her husband Glenn, who runs the local senior center.
Some of them I know quite well. In fact, one of the ladies that I play Scrabble with, I know was on that bus tour. So, and I have no idea how she is.
It's terrible. Yeah, I just broke down when I heard it.
10 patients remain in hospital Friday. Health officials say they range in age from early 60s to late 80s.
We have a total of 6 patients in critical care at the Health Sciences Center with severe injuries. A number have received operations and more operations are planned. But these injuries are quite significant.
While crews worked at the scene, late Friday afternoon, the RCMP also provided an update.
The 10 people injured in this collision have now been identified. This means that anyone else who was on this bus is presumed now to be deceased. However, the deceased have not been individually identified at this time. We are not assigning culpability or laying any blame at this time. We are merely stating the facts as we know them. We have obtained video footage of the collision that was seized from the semi-truck trailer. This video indicates that the bus entered the roadway where the semi-trailer truck had the right-of-way.
Police have spoken to the truck driver, but not to the bus driver, who remains in hospital. The investigation, they say, may take months. Ioanna Roumeliotis, CBC News, Toronto.
Well, more than 24 hours of pain and crisis, and the mayor of Dauphin, David Bosiak, has been trying to help the community cope. Describe for us what it's been like here.
It's been surreal the last couple of days. Just the outpouring of emotion from the community and from the people that have reached out across the country to us has been very, very helpful. So, there's no playbook for this. We're trying to cope as best we can, and with the tremendous staff at City Hall and our council and all the community agencies that stepped up, it's been as good as it can be in this terrible time.
So the mayor of Humboldt at the time when the crash happened, now a councillor, has spoken to you. What sort of help was he able to provide? Just
that lived experience where, like I said, we've never experienced something like this before, and they have, and what they learned through it, and sort of after the fact you can think about it and then provide us with the information that was very helpful. So they, like I said, they were in communication with us ongoing since yesterday, and again, we're still communicating with them and hope that will help us do what we need to do.
This is a relatively small community, just over 8,000 people. I assume you must have known some of the people who, or know some of the people who were on that bus.
Yes, for sure, and I've said many times today that there's likely most people in this community knew someone that was in that accident, and that's the hard part right now. And again, the delays, the RCMP were doing their best to provide factual and concrete information. That was a little bit troubling for some folks because they had the urge to know, but I think they did the best that they could do. We did what we could do, followed their advice, and from last night and today, I think it's gone as well as it could have.
You've been the mayor for 7 months?
Yep.
Wow, so a pretty big challenge as you lead this community, but you're also a member of the community, so I think it's fair, it makes sense to ask you, how are you doing?
I'm a little tired right now. It's been a long day, but there's just been such a tremendous outpouring of support, both from in the community and elsewhere, and the more that we receive messages from people far and near, it's helpful, and that's what I've heard from people today who have said the comments that they're getting, Facebook messages through email and phone calls has all been extremely helpful.
That's interesting to know because, people, there's an outpouring, so many people across the country touched by it. Interesting to know that those messages do make a difference. One last thing for people who are watching across the country, besides being thankful for the support you're receiving, what else should they know about Dauphin right now? I
think that we're a resilient community. We're the typical prairie community. We're pulling together. It's been tremendous to see the support, both from the official agencies, our ministerial association, and just people showing up and offering their help, and that's all comforting right now. We've got a long road to go here, and it's not going to be easy, but it's been made a little bit better today by that support, and we're looking forward to more of that as we deal with this.
Mayor, it's really nice meeting you, and even though it's under bad circumstances, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you. Thanks for being here.